Harpan from Indonesia. Indonesia. That's cool right there, man. He says, I have a problem building my foot speed and control. For me, it's easier to build my independence instead of foot speed and control. Do you have any suggestions or some exercise that I can do? Yes. But first of all, just let me say that I am not by any means considering myself an authority on foot speed. I got some friends that have ridiculous feet. I'm just not one of them dudes. However, I can show you exactly how you can get it. As with anything else on the drums, there are 2 steps to mastering any one specific thing. Number 1, learn the movement. Number 2, do it like 5 million times. The key to mastering anything is repetitive movements. Muscle memory is an amazing thing. When I was learning the traditional grip in the left hand, when I first started, that was impossible. I could barely get it going. But sitting in front of the TV, doing it a few hours at a time, until I got hand cramps, literally. Next thing I know, I'm flying at like 200 beats per minute. As far as developing your foot, there's really only two things that you need to do. Singles and doubles. All right? Based on that, you can make up a lot of your own exercises. I'm going to just give you 2 really basic things that you can do, maybe 3. But you want to work on your singles, and you want to work on your doubles, and it's also a good idea to do some kind of a triplet type of exercise. Start out slow. It's always a good idea to start out slow. The reason why that is because your muscles need time to learn the movement. Drummers that like to jump into the speed thing without learning the form first end up sucking. So you don't want to be one of those guys. All right? You want to learn the movement first, start out real slow as you can do it with perfect form, and then gradually work your speed up. I usually don't like to practice anything that I can't use in a practical situation. So I like to turn my exercises as much as I can into grooves so that I can actually get into the exercise and have a little fun while I'm learning. First one you can do, basic single exercise on the kick, and it's just a 1, 2, 3, 4 type of thing. So you're going to do 1 note, and then 2 notes, and then 3 notes, and then 4 notes, and then just repeat that whole process, starting slow. So he sounds like this: 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, and 2, and 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's very simple exercise that you can do. And you start out slow. Make sure that when you're working the pedal, your heel is off the plate about 1 inch or so. And your feet are just like your hands. Remember that, all right? So just how when you're playing with a stick in your hand and you're playing from the wrist, right? With the foot, it's almost the same thing, but you're working from the ankle. So pivot from the ankle, keep your heel off the ground, and you got to learn just how to move that pedal from the ankle. All right, so that's the first one. The second one you want to do, another simple one you can make up is, say, a 16th note type exercise. If you're counting 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and just play all of the and-does on the kick. Again, starting slow, all right, and then working up the speed. So it's like 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. last thing, of course, being a triplet type of exercise. This one's a little harder. You're going to start to feel it in your lower leg or your shin area. It's eventually going to start to hurt in the beginning, but once you get used to it, it'll become easier. And again, it's just a triplet exercise where you're going 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, that's a tough one, but again, once your muscles learn the movement, it's a lot easier to speed it up, and then eventually your foot's flying, and it becomes a lot easier to do.